I'd like to show you something using these 4 cards. They're not playing cards, they're actually top hats. And magicians used to do a lot of magic with top hats, and we're going to use these 4 hats for this little show. The first thing magicians did is turn the hat mouth up. This allowed them to collect tips while working the streets. The second great idea a magician had about 100 years ago was to snap their fingers and produce a rabbit out of the hat. This ended up being the routine most magicians are famous for. But back then, people in the audience used to wear hats, so they would borrow a hat, snap their fingers, and produce a rabbit out of the hat. Things became difficult later on when people stopped wearing hats. So the magicians had to use their own hats and show that there were no rabbits hidden between the hats. They had to show that there were no rabbits hiding anywhere. They even had to shake the hat to prove that there was no rabbit hidden inside. But when they snapped their fingers, they would produce a rabbit. So we have 3 rabbits and 1, 2, 3, 4 hats. I could continue producing rabbits to the end of time, but we're kind of running out of room. So instead of producing another rabbit, what I'm going to do is snap my fingers and make one of the hats disappear. So we now have only 3 hats, 1 for each rabbit to claim as their home. Now magicians eventually stopped doing magic with rabbits too. And it wasn't because of PETA. It was because rabbits were basically filthy animals. And when you kept them inside dark places like hats long enough, eventually they started to have babies and multiply until a magician ran out of money feeding them and room to